success, failure, etc. You should not have fear of failure.
Even Nikhil Kamath of Zerodha, even he has also mentioned that in today's day and age, doing an MBA is a complete waste of time.
The job of a leader comes when things are not even 10% certain, and then you have to make a decision. Few months back, I was with the Nigeria's richest man, Aliko Dangote. I had the opportunity to even go to Dhirubhai's office negotiation with Ambani family. What makes a man great is whenever he's making a decision, he's making with so much ownership.
So Gaurav, thank you so much for doing this. To be honest,
to you, man.
It's a pleasure to be in front of you. Before starting this podcast, for the viewers, একটা diary নিয়ে বই গেলে I think it will be much better. Take notes of the things that you'll speak on this podcast. So I would like to start with one of the things that most people are conscious about and they fear a lot, and that is failure. How do you process failure? In your career, how did you process failure? I hope there were moments where there were down phases, there were a lot of upset moments. How did you deal those situations?
First of all, thank you for
Sure.
also having me. It's an absolute honor. You are doing great job.
Thank you.
And আমি দেখছি তোমার যে পডকাস্ট আছে ঋষিরাজের লগে আছে এটাও দেখছি ওকে and then I can only say kudos to you and your team. Keep it up. Failure তো সুরত থেকেই শুরু হইছে. I mean, I think in my life, if I look back, first failure was when I became maybe very overconfident, somewhat overconfident when I was in class 11, 12-ish. I used to think that I was a very good student.
Okay.
And I started taking things very lightly. Okay. And প্রথম ঝটকাটা খাইছি যখন ক্লাস 12-এ রেজাল্ট বার হয়েছে. I'll tell you, it was 97.
Okay.
1997 তখন আমি আইজলে থাকতাম.
আচ্ছা.
আর সবসময় তখন সবে হইতো না ওই তো ছেলেটা ভালো আছে, অলদো আই নিউ ইট ওয়েল উইদিন মাই সেলফ দ্যাট মানে এমন বুঝি পড়াশোনা করতাম না. হ্যাঁ, বাট যখন ক্লাস 12-এর রেজাল্ট বার হয়েছে তখন মিজোরামও একটা স্কুল আছিল কেন্দ্রীয় বিদ্যালয়ে আইজল, যেখানে আমি পড়ছি. আর তখন আমার মনে হয় ওই ক্লাস থেকে আর ওই স্টেট থেকে বোধহয় আমরা ওই অ্যারাউন্ড 20 odd স্টুডেন্টস আমরা অ্যাপিয়ার করছি. আর আউট অফ দ্যাট 20, 12 passed, 8 failed. Okay. I think I was number 12.
Okay.
And তখন একটা বড় ঝটকা ভাই এটা লাগছে যে মানে আমি সবসময় ভাবতাম যে না ওকে নিজে সবে আমরা করি না নিজে না আমি মোটামুটি একটা বালা মার্কস পাইমু এই সাবজেক্টে এটা পাইতাম পারবো এটা পাইতে পারবো, কিন্তু আলটিমেটলি এরকম হইছে না. ওকে, the results were not at all up to the mark.
Okay.
And I was distraught. Okay. আমি সত্যি কথা কইমু তখন. And when the failures have a thing, when you have one failure you feel as if multiple failures come one after the other. True. So তখন lot of other things happened. Okay. And I used to get irritated with even smallest of things. For example, বাবার লগে ক্যারাম বোর্ড খেললাম, ক্যারাম বোর্ডও হারিয়ে যেতাম. হ্যাঁ, তো তখনও and I at that point of time I think I was also a believer kind of a person, and I always used to look for something to rely upon, maybe God, maybe somebody else, some friend circle. But in those series of failures, it broke me so much that I remember it is not a nice thing probably to say. তখন কি হয়েছে, আমি অত রাখছি আমার বাড়ির যতটি ঠাকুরের ফটো আসিল সবই তার জমা করিয়া আমি সব জ্বালাই দিছি. হ্যাঁ, মানে অত রাগ আসিল আমার. মানে না ঠাকুরে আমারে করতে পারেন না, মানে আমারে সার না. অ্যান্ড I don't know what happened to me at that time. So my parents were also very upset,
Mhm.
and I did not deal with it properly. আমি সব জ্বালাই দিছি, but I feel ওই যে সময়টা না um, when I decided that no, I will not even rely on God,
Hmm.
okay, to
Okay.
turn things around for me. I think
Mhm.
তখন একটা জিনিস মানে এটা আমার শিখাইছে যে হোয়াট এভার ইউ আর সুপার পাওয়ারফুল। সো একটা অন্য রকমের পাওয়ার আই গেছে আমার মাঝে, আমার মনে হয়েছে তখন
Okay.
যে আমার আর কেউ চাইতো না, ঠাকুরেও চাইতো না, বন্ধুও চাইতো না, মা বাবা চাইতো না, আমি যেটা করতাম আমি নিজে করতাম।
Self belief.
তো so my that brush with failure, I remember. So, and it did not start well, but I would say it ended with some kind of self belief. And since then, I don't think failure আমারে অত বেশি এফেক্ট করে। I'm being very honest and candid. হয়তো তখন আমি হয়তো একটু আপসেট হয়ে যাইমু, বাট আই ট্রাই টু কন্টেইন মাই সেলফ, বিকজ শুরু থেকে আমি মানে আইজলে বড় হয়েছি, তো কিছু হইলেও মারি দে মানে আজ চলি যায় মুখ, মানে তখন আমরা আর্গিউ করতে পারি না, মনে হয় না যে আরে তখন এটা আর্গুমেন্ট দিতে পারতাম। এর আগেও আজ চলে যেত, তো এটার লাগিয়েও নিজের কন্ট্রোল করার বহুত চেষ্টা করতাম। তো ওই যে প্রসেসটায় little bit of containment and little bit of belief, self-belief, that যেটা হোক সামলাই লাইমু, কিতা আর হইব। হ্যাঁ, তো তখন থেকে আরেকটা জিনিস, আমি আই উইল ডাইগ্রেস লিটল বিট, আমি আরেকটা প্রমিস নিজেরও করছি, এটা ইট ইজ ভেরি পার্সোনাল, ডিপ ইনসাইড, অ্যান্ড আমি আমার ডায়েরির মাঝেও লিখতাম যে আমি আজকের থেকে নিজের 2টা কোয়েশ্চেন আমি জিগাইতাম না। প্রথম কোয়েশ্চেন লেগে আমি কেন, হ্যাঁ, ওয়াই মি গড, ওয়াই মেই কিউ। আর সেকেন্ড হইল আমি কেন না, ওয়াই নট মি। মানে ধরিলাও আমার যদি ক্যান্সার হয়ে যায়, আমার যদি ইটা হয়ে যায়, একটা বহুত বাজে ঘটনা আমার লোকে হয়ে যায়, যদি আমি নিজেরও কইছি আমি কোনোদিন এটা হইতাম না যে ওয়াই ডিড ইট হ্যাপেন টু মি, ওকে, আই উইল কাম আউট অফ ইট। সেকেন্ড, আই উইল নেভার আস্ক मैं क्यों नहीं, আমি কেন না। মানে যদি সামনের বেটায় লটারি পাইলায়, হ্যাঁ, তার নাম্বার আমার থেকে 1 নাম্বার ডিফারেন্ট আসিল, আমি কোনো সময় জিগাইতাম না যে আরে আমি কেন পাইলাম না, সে পাইলিল, যাই নাই কিতা ওইছিল। বাট আমি নিজের ডায়েরির মাঝে লিখে রাখছিলাম যে এই 2 কোয়েশ্চেন আমি আমার কোনো দিন জিগাইতাম না।
Not even now.
Not even today. These 2 questions I try to escape, because I always feel it makes me give a sort of false assurance to myself, where I try to project myself as a victim. Okay. And I wanted to get out of that victim mindset. So this is my own way, very very personal. I don't know if it will it's a right thing, wrong thing, I don't know. But just this question, every time I come across failure or something, maybe at times people felt, or মানুষরা কয় না নি আরে তুই হইতে আসলে, তুই এটা হইতে আসলে, তখন to ride through such periods, again I go back and ask myself that remember তুই নিজেরও কইছিলে যে এই 2টা কোয়েশ্চেন জিগাইবে না, আবার কেন জিগাইরে নিজেরে, আমি কেন আর আমি কেন না। So this is my candidly, this is my way of consoling myself from this, I would say failure based question. And also success, failure, etc. এটারে বহুত মোমেন্টারি ফিনোমিনন, এরকম দেখতেও আমার ভাল লাগে না। হ্যাঁ, মানে এটা মেবি ইট মেক্স এ নাইস টিআরপি, ইট মেক্স এ নাইস নিউজ, বাট আই ফিল সাকসেস ইজ নট at that moment. It is হে ফার্স্ট হয়ে গেছে, হে সেকেন্ড হয়ে গেছে, these are very momentary things. হ্যাঁ, life is too long. I mean, for a person to be called a success or a failure, it takes ages, and only when probably he dies, you try to assess whether his life was worth living or not. This is a long answer to your short question.
True.
I don't know if it was relevant or not, but
but what I personally have seen, like there's a quote by Shah Rukh Khan basically, and also there are many people who have quoted almost the same thing, that the fear of failure is more powerful than the fear of not being successful, or maybe the pull of becoming successful is not as powerful as the fear of becoming a failure. Do you think that thing pulls a person?
yeah, I would say you have to be courageous. Courage is a great virtue. Okay, so what I'm saying is that in every decision, whatever life decisions we take, the choices that we make in life, if it is not filled with little bit courage, which is again, if fear of failure stops you, then I think you are taking a very easy path. Very often, I think the courage in decision comes when it's a choice between the easy path and a difficult path. Okay, and very often the difficult path is the correct path. And at that point of time, and I think like you said, I did not hear Shah Rukh say that, but yeah, multiple people have said that you should always try to do the difficult thing. Have courage. Don't be. It's very easy to say that fear of failure. I should not have fear of failure. It's also very self-contradictory, because if you have to be careful, I mean, in the decisions that you make, because life is not binary, 0 or 1.
No.
There is somewhere in middle also. So to each his own. You have a certain kind of circumstance around you, so you have to evaluate that. Of course, I need to have a fallback option. No need to be a hero when you don't have to be one. Your decision has to be courageous, no doubt, but not foolish. Okay.
Cool.
And so I truly believe that you should not have fear of failure.
Okay.
And little bit of courage is
Also important.
is important. But at the same time, it is not binary and nothing is absolute.
True.
কিচ্ছু অ্যাবসলিউট নাই, মানে কেউ আইয়া কইয়া গেল আমিও ওখান যেটা কইরাম, হ্যাঁ, যে মেক ইউ নেই, or the fact that I am saying nothing is absolute, even this statement itself is not absolute, because everybody has his own journey.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm also very careful in when somebody asks me, okay, should I do this, should I not, because he has to decide, he or she has to decide for himself or herself. The situation could be very, very different, and the circumstances are different, situation is different. For at that point of time, a person has to make a decision or a judgment. But again, a little bit of courage in your decision making is important. So we should not fear failure so much, because failure again makes us what we are in life. If I had not made certain decisions which are probably very bad failures have been, people would consider failure, but it has given me satisfaction. It gives me satisfaction that I chose the path I wanted to take. Okay, so it leaves you with at least that kind of satisfaction. On the contrary, if you end up doing something that you are not believing in it, and you are treading the path because somebody else has asked you to follow it, there is no enjoyment in that. Even if you get success, I don't think you'll learn much from it. That's my take.
Interesting. Dada, can you just take us back to your journey since you were a student, post 12, post your HS, then how did you reach at this point in your life? What was the trajectory of your entire career? How things unfolded? Just take us through your entire professional thing. How did it happen? Or who inspired you to take up what you took? Like, what was your whole story?
Uh, after 12th,
Mhm.
okay, I was in Mizoram. Okay,
Mhm.
so that way I was fortunate. My both my parents, মা বাবা দুইজনই ইয়েতে ক্লারিক্যাল পোস্টে আসলা ইয়ের মাঝে ডিফেন্স অ্যাকাউন্টসে, তো তারা ইয়ে থাকতো, তখন তারা ট্রান্সফার হয়েছিল মিজোরাম।
Okay.
মিজোরামের একটা জিনিস আছিল যে ওকে, অ্যাট দ্যাট পয়েন্ট অফ টাইম কোটা আছিল মিজোরাম কোটা।
Acha.
So Mizoram quota, in a sense, because the education, not the best of teachers, or the government could not make the best of facilities available to the people from Mizoram. They had allotted some engineering seats
Okay.
for the state, and because the number of people appearing from that state at that point of time, 97, was not much, so there was not much competition at that point of time for engineering seats. So তখন ইনফ্যাক্ট আমি এটাও জানতাম না যে what is the difference between an ITI and IIT, এটাও জানতাম না। what is mechanical engineering, what is civil engineering, what is electronics, instrumentation, কিছু জানতাম না। কেউ, because the seats were available, okay, somebody said, oh, mechanical engineering লইলে গাড়ি জ্বালানি শিখতে পারবে। Okay, so এখান থেকে I mean on a platter somehow, আমি গেলাম গিয়া ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং করাত। সো ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং কলেজও গিয়া তখন ব্যাঙ্গালোরও গেছি, গভর্নমেন্ট কলেজ অফ ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং ব্যাঙ্গালোরও, UBC। হিকানো গিয়া তখন গিয়া আমি বুঝতে পারছি যে ভাই বাচ্চারা তো বহুত কষ্ট করিয়া অত CET দিয়া, অত ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং টেস্ট দিয়া, ইত্যাদি ইত্যাদি কেন আইসে। আমি তো ভাই সেরকম স্টুডেন্ট না, ক্লাস 11-12 এরকম পড়াশোনা করছি না, কিচ্ছু না, আসলাম বোধহয় আগে বালা স্টুডেন্ট। বাট এখানেও গিয়া আই ওয়াজ কমপ্লিটলি লস্ট ফর ফার্স্ট ইয়ার, সেকেন্ড ইয়ার বুঝতেও পারছি না ওর কিতা আমার লগে। হ্যাঁ, তখন আস্তে আস্তে ঠিক আছে সিচুয়েশন বুঝার শুরু করলাম যে বাকি দেখছি বাকিরা ফোড়ে, এটা ফোড়ে। এরপরে আমি বুঝাইলাম যে না, নিজরে ঠিক আছে, একটু লেট মি টেক ওয়ান স্টেপ অ্যাট এ টাইম। তখন বাই 3rd, 4th সেমিস্টার I think I could catch up well with the peers. Okay. And then I was again, I could gather myself to কষ্ট করছি তখন। Honestly, I'll say that it was not like class 11th and 12th. I had learnt my lessons. I had learned the value of hard work. So it was a period of hard work. And with hard work, I think I got some results by 2nd, 4th semester, etc. And then by 5th semester, I got placed. It is out of 8 semesters. In 5th semester, a company called Larsen & Toubro, it came. And surprisingly, তখন আস্তা কলেজও খালি একজন স্টুডেন্ট লইছে, এটা আমি। That interview also was a very unique interview. মানে তোমার রিটেন টেস্ট হয়েছে দুইটার পরে জিডির পরে মানে গ্রুপ ডিসকাশন, এরপরে 2টা ইন্টারভিউ লইছে। আলতু ফালতু কোয়েশ্চেন জিজ্ঞাসা, বাট আই ডোন্ট নো হোয়াট দে স ইন মি। At that point of time, only one guy was selected from the entire college. That was me. So 5th semester placement হয়ে গেছে। এরপরে তো আমরা তো মানে একটা এসিওরেন্স পাইলাম যে না, ওকে, I will be placed. And by that time I had become I would say reasonably good student.
Okay.
In fact, by the time I passed out, I passed with distinction. Okay, in from the engineering college. I think I got around 80% or something. So তারপরে জয়েন করলাম L&T রিসার্চ অ্যান্ড ডেভেলপমেন্ট ডিভিশন, R&D, PRDH হয় এটার মধ্যে জয়েন করছি। তখন এটা আমরা ডিফেন্স, L&Tর একটা ডিফেন্স ডিভিশন আছিল। এটার মাঝে মানে আমরা একটা নিউক্লিয়ার সাবমেরিন, ওই যখন যে INS আরিহান্ত যে হয়েছে, তো এটার তখন প্রোটোটাইপের চলাত আছিল সো আই জয়েন্ড অ্যাজ আ হোয়াট ইউ কল ইটস স্ট্রেস ইঞ্জিনিয়ার স্ট্রেন গেজিং করতাম মানে যখন সাবমেরিন নিচে যায় গিয়া এটার উপরে কত বাইরের থেকে প্রেশার আয় ভিতরে কিরকম প্রেশার থাকে পাকলিং মানে ভিতরে গিয়া এটা মানে ডিসেন্টটা সেফটা হয়ে যায়নি এটা ওই টাইপের জিনিসগুলা মানে ইট ইজ মোর টেকনিক্যাল ভেরি ভেরি মেকানিক্যাল ওই ফিল্ডে আসলাম আর কি তারপরে around 2 years, I mean, in various parts of India, I was placed mostly in Vizag, in Hazira, Gujarat, Bombay, Aslam, and then I moved to oil and gas division of L&T, oil and gas projects.
Okay.
তখন initially in proposals, sales, marketing, type মানে for projects.
Okay. কোন ইয়ার আসলো এটা? কোন ইয়ার আসলো এটা?
This was in 2000. So I passed out in 2001. Passed out of engineering in 2001. I joined L&T in October 2001. So then up to 2002, 2003 পর্যন্ত আমি ওই ডিফেন্স ইয়েতে আসলাম around beginning of 2003 I think I had moved to oil and gas projects. And then from there I was interviewed by a Australian gentleman called Peter Warner. It was not even an interview. I would say L&T had an association with a British company at that point of time. তখন ব্রিটিশ কোম্পানির লগে একটা কাতারে পার্ল জিটিএল করে একটা প্রজেক্ট আছিল এটার মাঝে একটা মানে বিড করার লেগে জয়েন্ট ভেঞ্চার ফর্ম করছিল তখন ডিউরিং দ্যাট ইন্টারাকশন প্রবাবলি দ্যাট জেন্টলম্যান অস্ট্রেলিয়ান জেন্টলম্যান হি লাইকড মি আর তখন হে হইল হোয়াট অ্যাবাউট সুইচিং ওভার তো তখন আমি মানে জিম্যাট উম্যাট এটা দেওয়ার চেষ্টা মানে অলরেডি দিলেছিলাম ভাবছিলাম বাইরে গিয়ে MBA হরমু আর এটা তখন শখ আছিল বাট ওয়েন হি অফার্ড আই সেড ওকে লেট মি টেক আ প্লাঞ্চ তখন এরপরে ওই ব্রিটিশ কোম্পানি পেট্রোফ্যাক জয়েন করলাম হিকানো মানে বহুত বছর থাকলাম আই কুড সি দ্য ওয়ার্ল্ড আই হ্যাড এক্সপিরিয়েন্স ফ্রম আফ্রিকা to from sub-Sahara Africa to North Africa to Europe to Australia to mane pura experience I was able to gain in even countries like Libya etc. Iraq, Libya, Uganda, so যেখানেই তেলের আসে তখন তো এখানে যাওয়া শুরু করলাম and I started learning the art of and anyway I mean within L&T for some reason it is called L&T is Larsen & Toubro actually but we used to call it learning and training company. It is always like a stepping stone because the learning
and training
was great in L&T. It really prepares you well. So I had a good I would say base. After Petrofac gaya I learned more of the commercial side of oil and gas business. Then somewhere in 2012 again somebody recommended my name to at that time the chairman of my present organization French company je tara ইয়েতে মিডল ইস্টে একটা অফিস খোলার তার ইচ্ছা আছিল তখন somebody recommended that ওই ছেলেটারে দেখো ওই ছেলেটা জিগায় দেখো হে যদি আয় তো ভালো হতো so I switched again there were no employees in Middle East so ওখান থেকে অফিস খুলছি আমি তারার এই মিডল ইস্ট ডিভিশন এখানেও থাকলাম এখান থেকেও মানে বিভিন্ন কান্ট্রি তার জন্য অ্যাসাইনমেন্টস আছিল সব করলাম and then I always had wish to come back to India anyway and when my boss he said we are looking for some commercial director position for the region would you like to consider that then আমি কইলাম যদি ইন্ডিয়া তো এটা আমি যাইব and I will continue to manage what I am managing in Dubai but I will if possible I will move to Mumbai so okay no problem so I had to convince my wife daughter it was a difficult one my daughter was born out of India আমার বউ তাইরও কষ্ট হয়েছে কারণ বিয়ার পরে তাই ডাইরেক্ট ইন্ডিয়ার বাইরেই গেছে so I had to convince them fortunately they all agreed my parents also were happy so আমি আবার ইন্ডিয়াতে আই 2019 then in just after COVID. At that time, the managing director for that region was a French gentleman.
Okay.
Then again, the organization asked me, what do you think about being, running this organization as a managing director of the region? So I'm okay. I took 1 or 2 days time, I think, to think over it. And I took that opportunity. I don't know at every point of time what everybody saw, but I will also say that probably I was always preparing myself. I was not waiting for somebody to say. Somewhere inside I knew that one day somebody will come to me. Okay. So even while in college, the interviews went well because I think subconsciously I also worked to prepare myself mentally, and I used to imagine interview situations. Even before MD job was offered to me, I always used to imagine, okay, if I were in his position, I would have done this, I would have done that. And more often than not, I think I was, and this I tell to my my team also a lot, that before being designated as a manager, you should learn to behave like a manager. Before being designated as a leader, you should learn to behave like a leader. Don't wait for that opportunity to come to you to behave like a leader or like a manager or like a this one. You can exercise situational leadership in any role. Even a sweeper who is sweeping the floor, he can take care of a lot of things which he can take some leadership decisions, and people who are ready to spot, they may spot his sincerity in even sweeping the floor, in terms of how well he's sweeping the floor, and he will be identified. So in the end, this is what happened. So I think so এখান থেকে আমি আমার এই রোল অফার হইলো, and then so since then I have been managing this role. So আমরা একটা ফ্যাক্টরি আছে গুজরাটও.
Okay.
Then the equipment business, mainly furnaces, etc. In I take my team takes care of this business even in Southeast Asia, in Middle East. Amra engineering office ase jehano amra mane even core. I think the biggest satisfaction I get is that because I think there was trust that developed over a period of time. যে অর্গানাইজেশনে জীবনে ফ্রান্সর বাইরে কোনোদিন হার্ড কোর প্রসেস ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং করছে না, তারা ডরাইতো যে না ইন্ডিয়া তাইলে চুরি হলিব, এটা হলিব টেকনোলজি। সো কোর টেকনোলজিও ট্রান্সফার হইছে আফটার আমি জয়েন করার পরে। আর ওখান তো মানে রেগুলার মানে ইভেন কোর ওয়ার্ক আমরা করি আর ফ্রম প্রসেস টু ইকুইপমেন্ট ডিজাইন ফ্রম ইন্ডিয়া আমরা বানাইরাম। আর এখানে ইনফ্যাক্ট সাম অফ দি ডেভেলপমেন্টস এটা তো ওয়ার্ল্ডে যেগুলা ফার্স্ট অ্যাক্টিভিটি এটাও আমরা অফিসেই করে। Okay, so I think it has been a very exciting journey. I don't know, a lot of it you could say is luck. Some of it is probably my readiness, meeting with the opportunity. Which was passing by.
Right place, right time.
At the right time. So I like to be ready. So in short, I mean, I don't know if I have answered all the question that you wanted to ask.
I have very interesting takes on this thing. First,
No, thank you.
There's some keywords that I mean, like after like hearing this, first is, I think, do you believe in manifesting
Yes,
what
yes.
you'll do in future, visualizing the thing beforehand?
Yes, I
believe in that concept?
Yes, so I like to from time to time, not maybe consciously, but subconsciously, yes.
It keeps going on, I guess.
I don't know. Sometimes when I'm sitting in toilet, maybe.
না মানে আমার বেসিক্যালি ফ্রম মাই পার্সোনাল এক্সপিরিয়েন্স আমি যদি একদম ইফ আই টেক অ্যান এক্সাম্পল লাইক আমি ভেহিকেল বাইক চালানিরও যে কনসেপ্টটা মানে ওয়েন আই ওয়াজ এ কিড আমরা তো প্রথম আগে সাইকেল থাকতো, সাইকেলের সাইডে দুইটা ছোটো ছোটো ওইটা থাকতো, তো ওইটার থেকে যখন ওইটা খোলার পরে যখন ওয়েন ইউ আর জাস্ট অন টু হুইলস ইটস ডিফিকাল্ট টু ডু দ্য ব্যালেন্স থিং অ্যান্ড উই হ্যাভ সিন প্যারেন্টস ধরে এটা ধরে, বাট আমার এই এন্টার প্রসেসটা লাগছেই না প্যারেন্টস ধরার। ওয়াই? বিকজ আমার কাছে যখন সাইকেলটা আসলো আমি যখন সাইডের এটা খুলতাম, মানে খোলার বেসিক্যালি মানে আমি খুলমু, আমি মাথার চলে যে ওয়ান ডে ইল ওপেন ইট, বেশি দিন না, আমি কয়েকদিনের মধ্যে সাইডটা খুলে দিব। মাথার মধ্যে চলে যে যদি খুলি দেই আর যখন টু হুইল থাকবো আমার ইনস্টেড অফ দিস টু বেস, তখন আমি চালাইমু কেমনে, অ্যান্ড আই কেপ্ট ইম্যাজিনিং দিস অ্যান্ড ইভেন্চুয়ালি যখন আমি এটা খুলছি, অ্যান্ড আমার এখনও মনে আছে ভিজুয়ালি যে আই থিঙ্ক আই ওয়াজ ইন ক্লাস থার্ড স্ট্যান্ডার্ড মেবি অর ফোর্থ স্ট্যান্ডার্ড মেবি, অ্যান্ড আমার বাবা আসলো সাইডে, অ্যান্ড অবভিয়াসলি এটা থাকে না যে হি উইল বি দেয়ার যে আমি যদি পড়ি যাই, আমি অ্যাকচুয়ালি স্টার্টিংয়ের মধ্যে পড়ছি না, মানে ব্যালেন্স মানে ইটস লাইক ইনবর্ন থিং যে ব্যালেন্সটা আমার লাগিয়ে ওয়াজেন্ট আ প্রবলেম। তো তখন তো আমি কিচ্ছুই বুঝছি না, আচ্ছা আমি শিখে গেছি, আমি পারি দেখে দেখে শিখে গেছি, অতটুকু মাথার মধ্যে রাখছি। বাট লেটার অন আই ফেল্ট যে প্রবাবলি ওই যে আমি যে কনস্ট্যান্টলি যে ভিজুয়ালাইজ করতে থাকতাম নিজেদের অন টু হুইলস ইনস্টেড অফ দিস টু উইদাউট দিস টু বেস, মেবি ওইটা আমার হেল্প করছে in actually practically রাইডিং দ্যাট সাইকেল অন জাস্ট টু হুইলস। তো আমি বেসিক্যালি বিলিভ করি যে probably visualizing the entire scenario that is going to happen with you, maybe you have not seen it but we
subconsciously যেটা you are absolutely right. Now that you said, I think তারা ক্রিকেটের মাঝেও হয় যে আরে টিম সিলেকশনের নাম আছে, হ্যাঁ, কিন্তু দ্য প্লেয়িং ইলেভেনের মাঝে নাম নাই, হ্যাঁ, তো ওই যে রিমেনিং সাইড জন যে যারা 15ও নাম আছে, প্লেয়িং ইলেভেনও হয়তো সাইডটা গেম গেছে গিয়া একবারও চান্স পাইছি না, কিন্তু তখন ফোরের দিকে তারা জিজ্ঞানি হয় যে আরে হাউ আর ইউ ফিলিং, আরে এক বি গেম খেলা নেই ওটা, বাট তখন after you said this, now I'm thinking, I think I heard a lot of people say that, no, I was sitting in the galleries and imagining that if I were playing that shot, I would have done like this, I would have done like this, and it helped me mentally prepare myself. Yeah, probably kind this is the truth. I did not do it consciously, but yes, I
think it helps,
and it helps. Maybe that is why also good that you said, maybe that is why it feels as if when it comes, you feel find a sense of comfort. Arey, I know this space, man. Exactly. I know this space. I have been here before. It is nothing new. So I have imagined taking this, decision before. So it exactly. It helps you and prepares. True. And probably the people who spot, they also try to look for that. Is that person ready or not? Because people don't like to invest in people who, first invest and then make him ready. They like to invest on a finished product. Yeah. So subconsciously hoyto eta hoy. So it's a very nice thing you have touched upon. No, I never thought about it, but maybe subconsciously I do that very very often.
Manifesting and visualizing thing. In fact, আমি তো everyday basis এই জিনিসটা করি, লাইক এই পডকাস্ট that I am doing না, yesterday you were with me only. Exactly, trust me. Okay. I was like I'm asking questions and কিভাবে how will you reply, because I've already met you the day before, and like ওই জিনিসটারে আমি মাথার মধ্যে চালাইলাম যে আচ্ছা হি ইজ আনসারিং ইন দ্যাট ম্যানার, আই এম কোয়েশ্চেনিং ইন দ্যাট, এন্ড ক্যাপ্ট ভিজুয়ালাইজিং। হ্যান্স আমি যখন এখন বইয়া আই এম নট প্রেশার্ড, আমি কোনো প্রেশারাইজ ফিল করাম না, বিকজ আই হ্যাভ অলরেডি মেবি ডান ইট ইয়েস্টারডে। ট্রাস্ট মি, সাউন্ডস ভেরি ফুলিশ বাট আই ডোন্ট নো।
No, it's very interesting, and if you are able to do that at this age, that means I have no shame in saying that means you are more aware than me, so it comes from awareness, right? True. That not only you are manifesting, you know that you are manifesting. So I think that comes from a lot of self-awareness, knowing yourself, to bits. And whereas when I said I came to know only after speaking to you that
Yeah.
perhaps I was also doing that without knowing
exactly.
that I was
Usually
doing
people
like that.
do it. মানে অনেক মানুষের মানে এক্স্যাক্টলি কই টার্মিনোলজিটা ইউজ করতে পারতো না, আমি ম্যানিফেস্টিং, বাট অ্যাকচুয়ালি এটা ভিজুয়ালাইজ করতে লাগে, চিন্তা করতে থাকে, অ্যান্ড দেন ইভেনচুয়ালি দে এন্ড আপ ডুইং ইট ইন দ্যাট fashion or maybe better than they imagined. I think my second takeaway is from a quote, I think from Three Idiots, that काबिल बनो फिर सक्सेस तो झक मार के पीछे आएगी. So
100%.
I think that is something a big takeaway from your one, because you said that you like to stay prepared for what's coming next, ready thaka. Do you believe that this works in every sphere of professional life or any space? They be prepared for anything. It might not be required, কারণ আমরা এখানে জেনারেলি আমরা দেশের মধ্যেও এরকম আছে, প্যারেন্টস হোক আর হোক, যে এমন একটা জিনিস শিখবো যেটাতে আমার ইভেনচুয়ালি ফিউচারে হেল্প হইব। লাইক ফর এক্সাম্পল, আই থিঙ্ক ইউ've হার্ড অ্যাবাউট স্টিভ জবস ইনভেন্টিং দ্য যে ফন্টস টাইপ ফেসেস যেটা থাকে, হি লার্নড দ্যাট ক্যালিগ্রাফি. তো ক্যালিগ্রাফি, অ্যান্ড দেন হি লেটার স্টার্টেড অ্যাপেল. তো ক্যালিগ্রাফি অ্যান্ড অ্যাপেল ডাজন্ট কম্বাইন, কোনো লিঙ্কই নাই। But years later when he developed the Macintosh software, ওইখানের মধ্যে যখন ফন্ট ফেসেসগুলি অ্যাড করে তখন ক্যালিগ্রাফি এক্সপিরিয়েন্সেস হেল্প করে. ডু ইউ বিলিভ দ্যাট ডটস কানেক্ট করে ইভেনচুয়ালি?
Yeah, I mean, and also I will say that Baki, I think this afternoon also we were talking. It all comes from also some sense of discipline. Okay, extremely important, because motivation comes and goes. Okay, तुम्हें একটা देखो একটা ভিডিও দেখলি সো আমি আজ मैं दुनिया फोड़ दूंगा, हाँ, फिर আরেকটা ভিডিও দেখছো, but this is so temporary. What makes you is actually the discipline of doing what you have determined to do over and over and again, which is a very boring activity. In fact, the truth is very boring.
True.
And also, as you grow, I think even as a leader, not only people look at your decisions, but also to make life simpler, you have to have some consistency in that decision. Okay, if you are a person, তোমার টিম আইলো, আজকে বছর কাজ যাইস না, এগুলোর মুড খারাপ, suddenly you will throw things around, and আজকে যদি তোমার কাছে এই একটা প্রবলেম হয়, এটার তুই আজকে একটা সলিউশন দিবে, কালকে যদি আয় ওই সেম প্রবলেম লইয়া হয়তো তুই আরেকটা সলিউশন দিবে। That means you don't have consistency. And it is because you don't have discipline in life. And this is not good as a leader. In working life, as we grow up, and this one, we have the responsibility to, by being consistent, we bring a sense of calm amongst the people who depend on us. Okay, and in order to be consistent, you have to be disciplined in life. Okay. So that discipline is extremely boring, and I think that is what is connecting the dots.
True.
So consistency and discipline will bring whatever you are you're saying. So that also I'm a strong believer. Respect for time, respect for this one. These are not things which I don't know. I wish we culture taro বিল্ড হোক, হ্যাঁ, মানে এই যে কালচার অফ কটায় আইব, 10টা 11টা, 10টা না 11টা, 10:30 না 10:30, হ্যাঁ। সো ওই ইয়েটা টাইমের ইয়েটা আমরা, I think it's upon us to gradually change the culture, but the discipline and respect for others' time, respect for others' moment is equally important. And result will be consistency. A judge, imagine a judge, if he's not consistent, if he's in a good mood, he will give a judgment. If he's in a bad mood, for the same case, he will give a different judgment.
True.
How many lives are at stake? So as we grow, the responsibility will increase, no? So you have to prepare yourself that at every point of time, I owe it to the people to give a consistent response at all point of time. And unfortunately, the price you have to pay is your discipline.
True.
You have to let go of a lot of things. That is a sacrifice you make. as a person, as a human being, in order to give something that you owe to people.
Interesting. Please, Dada,
I'm
have it. Dada, can you just briefly explain what is Aranyak Valley? What's this passion project of yours? How did it happen, and what are you doing back there?
Again, it will be a very long answer, because
However you answer it, we have all.
I don't like short answers, and I'm very
Sure,
poor
sure. It's okay.
at concise answers. Okay, I'll tell you why I'm doing it. Okay, and then what we are doing is a different thing. I think what I also believe, once why is clear, I think a lot of our doubts get cleared. So when যখন আমি ব্যাঙ্গালোর গেলাম, তখন মানে হয়তো পিপল উইল হেট মি ফর ইট, বাট প্রথম ব্যাঙ্গালোর গেছি, বাইরে গেছি, তখন যখন মানুষে জিগাইতো আমারে যে ভাই কোথা গেছ, where are you from? ওকে, নাম দেখলো, এটা দেখলো, what is the most convenient thing to say? হ্যাঁ, বেঙ্গলি। ওকে, ঠিক আছে। where in Bengal?
In Bengal.
No, I'm not from Bengal, I'm from Assam. Okay, where in Assam? Guwahati? No, not from Guwahati. Little below there is a place called Borak Valley. There's a district called Kachar, and there is a place called Silchar. So my parents are there, and I'm from there. So if the person, for example, if that person was he knows this whole area, he would say, oh, that means you speak in local Khasar or Sileti honi tumi. So but it was taking me long time to introduce myself. Why was it happening? I kept asking myself, why is it happening? I realized that, first of all, I had no idea of my roots. Okay, and I was probably in denial, maybe because the place is not famous for something. Okay, because within Assam, and then a Sileti, and then what will people think, and things like that, all for all wrong reasons. I was taking them through this convenient journey. Then I started little bit digging deeper into who we are. Okay, I did started reading little bit material, little bit this one. So this started from Bangalore only. I'm talking about 97. Yeah. Okay. So when I first moved to Bangalore, একটু হরিয়া, তখন এরপরে আমি ব্যাঙ্গালোর থেকে বার হইলাম, থেকে বার হইলাম, LNT জয়েন করলাম, আরও কিছু জিনিস শিখলাম, যে ওইখানে এরকম হয়, সিলেটি স্ক্রিপ্ট হয়, সিলেটের এটা হয়। I started little bit making some connection with the place I originally am from.
Okay.
When by the time I made complete peace with what is my identity, what is my root, I think I started drawing a lot of strength from identity, and then I found my relevance. Okay, so that journey, the day I think I made peace, from that day onwards, I think I was also a different man professionally. Okay, I started doing well professionally also. I don't know, some kind of peace was there. I'm from a place called Khasar. I speak Khasar or Sileti. And it gave me amazing freedom, amazing strength, and confidence. And I started doing very well in my corporate life. Then I thought, আমার তো বহুত সময় লাগছে ভাই এই জিনিসটা বুঝতে। Maybe that time the resources were not available, internet also was much, or it was there, but not use so much mobile, WhatsApp, তো আসিল না। So at that time I thought, okay, okay, I'm taking this ecosystem has given me a lot. So many people, so many my relatives, my this land has given me so much. Okay, the entire northeast. আমি তো খালি লইরা আমি গুল খাস্তি খালি লইতে থাকলাম খালি করে মানে ফারলে মানে অল দ্য বেনিফিটস মানে ফারলে একদম পুরা সাসিয়া মুসিয়া সব লইলিছি দিলাম কিতা হ্যাঁ আর আমার অত সময় লাগছে এটা জরুরি নেই সবর অত সময় লাগতো ওকে নাও হাউ হাউ ক্যান আই টেল দিস টু আদার পিপল যারা ইয়াং আছে যে প্লিজ মেক পিস with your identity, with your root, please make, because it will help you in your professional career. Okay, I wanted to tell this to as many people as possible. But হে শুনতো তোমার কথা ওকে তো আমি ভাবলাম না আমি একটা ইনস্টিটিউট বানাইমু ইনস্টিটিউটের মাঝে আমি যেমন মানে অলট্রুইস্টিক ইয়ে থাকে না নি তোমার যে ফ্রি পড়াইমু ইয়ে করমু অনলাইন যেটাই অনলাইন তো তখন আসিল না যখন আইমু আমি কিছু করমু বাট আই রিয়েলাইজ দ্যাট ইভেন ইফ ইউ গিভ ফ্রি এডুকেশন ইফ ইউ টেল দ্য পেরেন্টস দ্যাট আমি তোমার ছেলে বা মেয়েরে I will make him understand, make peace with the identity, or increase awareness about your roots. It will help him professionally. You think any parent was going to send their kids? No. So then I realized, I need to have a minimum value proposition to attract the people. So how to do that? So then I realized, ita tumar doctor, engineer, bodo, upper middle class onwards is not for them. It's for lower middle class, like my parents were. Okay, clerks in general, and then people who are not necessarily well to do. What do they look for? They look for some hyper local skilling facility. So then I decided, okay, let us first take that. Let me provide very low cost skilling courses like Tally, like MS Excel, like Python, like maybe Word, PowerPoint, basic programming. Let me try to teach them these kind of very basic, sellable, employable skills. But I will blend this with tasks which will make them understand and work on their identity, on their heritage, on their native ecology, and this one. The certificates will only be given when they have, after learning this, they have also done the, part B of it. So we started calling it, so I gathered a team. I have a very good team, you can have locally. So gathered team. So with their help, we designed courses. We started calling it 3P, means professional skills, personal skills, and people participation skills. Okay. So then যারা স্টুডেন্ট আইলো তারা আমরা হইতাম ভাই এটার লগে 3P ফ্রি কিন্তু ওকে একটা এই কোর্সে রইলে অ্যান্ড উই সাবসিডাইজ দ্য কোর্স হেভিলি যদি বাইরে এনআইটি যদি তারা 60,000 70,000 হইতো আমরা 8,000 9,000 10,000 ওরকম আমরা কোর্স বেচা শুরু করলাম ওকে অ্যান্ড উই ইউজ টু ব্লেন্ড দ্যাট উইথ নেটিভ ইকোলজি restoration tasks or native heritage restoration tasks. They used to work on projects. They submit, even today, they submit it as assignments. Okay. So then we saw that, students started coming. Okay. Till date, I think we have close to 4,000 students. We've trained 4,000 students.
How many years?
We practically became operational in 2018.
18. Okay.
So it started in, I think, December 2017. And then with the tasks that we gave them, sometimes we used to ask them to bring 5 different native trees, jeta ekana pawa jay na, or 5 different medicinal plants of Kachar or Borak Valley. Okay, Jerome, today your colleague went there and saw. So let's say 5 types of medicinal plant. Bishollo horoni pata, tuma rujonto pata, bashok pata, badail pata, tanguni pata. Different types of, যেটার নাম ওখান বাচ্চারা শুনে না তারা আনলো we started collecting that. Okay. And then we learned how to cut, bud, layer, graft, air layer and graft those things, and how to propagate those. So only native. We started focusing on native trees, native this one. আমি তারে দেখাইছি on the শেওড়া গাছ. ওই কেন গ্রামের মানুষের শেওড়া গাছও ফাটিলে শেওড়া গাছও বুত থাকে। হ্যাঁ, তো আমরা এই জায়গাত গেলে দেখবে তুই বহুটি শেওড়া গাছ পাইবে। সো ওটা করা শুরু করলাম। ওটা করতে করতে দেন টুডে উই হ্যাভ তারা জিগাইলে বা তুমি কোনদিন গেলে দেখবা মানে 13,000 থেকেও বেশি গাছ আছে আজকে আমরা কাছে ওই জায়গার মাঝে। সো শুরু করছিলাম স্কিলিং এডুকেশন থেকে, ফার্স্ট এটার থেকে আইলাম সেকেন্ড উইচ ইজ ইকোলজি, উইচ ইজ নেটিভ ইকোলজি। অ্যান্ড দেন বিকজ আমরা ওই জায়গাতে অত গাছ টাইম বড় হয়ে গেছে, এইটু জায়গাটা একটু গেলেও শান্তি লাগে, সুন্দর লাগে। So third E is experience. So we want to summarize. You wanted me to summarize Aranyak. Aranyak Valley is 3E. Basically, Aranyak's vision is to generate and restore, pride by creating little bit of awareness about native ecology, heritage, and pride in people. In order to do that, we have modeled the entire organization into 3 E's. Education, which is where we give skilling. Ecology, where those students who have come for skilling, they contribute to creating the native ecology of this place. And once that gets created, it's a sthayi, it's a permanent thing. Even after 50 years, your children, if you are sitting somewhere in US, when you come back with your children, when you don't have any other place in Kachar which has probably you will not have a lever gas or lukluki gas or dolajam gas or sulta gas. You will find it there even after 15 years, 50 years. Okay, so that experience I don't think we would have been able to provide if we had not, let's say, started. So this so it was a very abstract idea, very difficult to explain. So I'm very sometimes I get tired to explain because it's not, I cannot explain that I would say in a very short way, because organizations need pitch. Okay, elevator pitch, this pitch, that pitch. I don't even while giving elevator pitch, I don't even get that emotion inside to be able to summarize what I really want to do. So that organization unfortunately has to follow the pace of nature, because we are growing nature. A tree will take time to grow.
True.
Okay, so it cannot be explained to an investor or somebody else, but it is giving some sort of satisfaction, I would say. And I think to whatever extent those who are visiting or this one, they will today or even tomorrow, or the students who are undergoing this 3P training, they will be able to know something little bit more than that they know about the native ecology, heritage, which is ecology is big part of our heritage. We are sitting in a gold mine that way. The kind of the climate that we have, it's a blessing. The kind of flora fauna we have, it's a blessing. The variety of food items, the variety of medicinal plants, the variety of or the insects or fooding also that we have, you don't find anywhere else in the world. So in a way, I think I started with an objective to do something, but as things progressed, and thanks to the ecosystem, my whole team of Aranyak, and also of course parents and my wife and daughter, for the patients, today it has become a space.
Okay,
it has become a space where it serves as a repository of more than 13,000 native trees, and it is multiplying, it's counting,
it's growing.
Okay, so every day students, even today there were people from botany students of GC college, okay, GC university now, who were learning how to multiply those plants, those native plants. So yeah, man, I mean, it's I would say a passion project.
Exactly.
Where is the Adi and where is Ant, I don't know. But I mean, it has been following this space, and I think thanks to the staff or the people who are running, we are not taking shortcut, and we are really proud of it. No shortcut is allowed. People are, we also believe that whatever we teach should not be filled with mediocrity. Okay, students are asked to shelve mediocrity. Whatever they make, it has to be of certain quality and finish. And this one, whatever projects that they submit, or don't gas khali lagayo na. Only when you please fully understand that plant or the medicinal plant, or take back some awareness about your native heritage. So yeah, man. So this is as
Got
one
it.
leg in my
Right.
corporate life, and one leg of something that helps me get rid of my guilt.
Guilt.
Okay, that yeah, by
I
kichu
mean,
karlam na.
in that manner, you are giving back to your place.
Honestly, it was.
Yeah.
I'm very, in that respect, I'm very selfish. I'm doing this because I want to get rid of my guilt, not because I want to give back.
Somewhere or the other, it's serving the purpose. Somewhere or the other, serving the purpose.
Yeah, but yeah, because I get very embarrassed when they say you are giving it back, because these are big words, and I feel in our own small little way, whatever we can, whatever be the be the reason, we have taken something from this place. You have to जो भी है, I mean, प्राश्चित करना जरूरी है. सो मुक्ती आमार मुक्ती वोटर मध्ये ई साइड है मन. सो my corporate life is helping me run this, and this life is giving me oxygen to run my corporate life. So symbiosis,
helping each other. Nice. You have mentioned about this Aranyak Valley, this passion project of yours. I would like to come back to Barak Valley. আমরা এখানে যেহেতু 4,000 students have passed, graduated from your particular institution since you started. So মানে ইউথের সাথে তো ইন্টারাকশনস অনেক বেশি হইছে,
চেষ্টা করি আরো বেশি করার, বাট হয় না অত বেশি, বাট ইয়েস.
কিছু আনকমফোর্টেবল ট্রুথস আছে আমরা এখানের ইউথের মধ্যে, হুইচ মাইট বি কাইন্ড অফ একটু খারাপও লাগতে পারে কেউ শুনিয়া, বাট মেবি এটা হইতে পারে আমার অবজারভেশন যেটা, যে এজ ইউ হ্যাভ মেনশন যে শর্টকাটস না খুঁজার লাগিয়া, শর্টকাটস খুব মানুষে চেষ্টা করে খুঁজে, যে আমরা এখানে কিছু 2-3টা মানে কেরিয়ার অপশনস আছে যেটার মধ্যে এরা অল মেজর 95% অফ দ্য পপুলেশন ওই পার্টিকুলার মানে কেরিয়ারের মধ্যেই থাকে. দ্যাট মাইট বি এ গভর্নমেন্ট জব হইতে পারে, অর মেবি দে গো ফর এন MBA, or maybe some kind of maybe they will start some business without both like less than 1% of them, but ওই গভর্নমেন্ট জবটা মেইন মেজরলি. এখানে কোনো সেক্টরও নাই কোনো কিছু. অ্যান্ড যারার মধ্যে পটেনশিয়াল আছে, মেবি সামওয়ান যে আপনার এখান থেকে পাস আউট হওয়ার উইথ গুড স্কিলস অ্যান্ড অল দিস হ্যাবিটস অ্যান্ড থিংস, রিসার্চ অ্যান্ড এভরিথিং, দে টেন্ড টু লিভ দ্য এন্টায়ার প্লেস. কেউ তো আছে দে ডোন্ট কাম ইভেন ব্যাক. অনেক আছে যে লাইক ইউ কাম ব্যাক এগেইন অ্যান্ড এগেইন, বাট দের আর অনেক মানে ছাড়িয়া যায় গিয়া, দে ডোন্ট কাম ব্যাক. ডু ইউ ফিল there is a problem that's going on within the youth? It is a big issue that one should consider solving. That might be the government, that might be anyone in the private in like sector. Maybe basically what I'm trying to ask is, do you feel there are a lot of skillful people living the place, and the people living here are not as much as skillful for their employment? Do you feel there's a gap in that space?
See, if I understood the question well, okay, I have a little bit of theory in this, which is I feel that it is true. This place is stuck in some kind of unjust equilibrium. I call it unjust equilibrium.
Okay.
Unjust because it is not just. Okay, not full of justice. And equilibrium means it is stuck somewhere. It's trying to come out of something, but it's in a state of equilibrium, which is not just, it is unjust. And that equilibrium is created probably by migration is fine, but indiscreet migration,
indiscreet migration.
Okay. Going out for good reasons is good. Some migration is good also, right? It's not all that migration is always bad. But here it is indiscreet. I do realize. Okay. And because of this cycle of indiscreet migration, okay, which is compounded by lack of opportunity, and because people are going out, there is lack of pride in the place, and the lack of awareness about what has been the contribution of this community to the larger scheme of things. So it is stuck in that equilibrium, and it is continuing for decades and decades and decades. It's a loop. It's true. Okay. But I feel it is also true that we are, people like me, also responsible, because we have, again, a victim mentality.
True.
Okay. You always think somebody from Guwahati will come and solve my problem. You always think somebody from here will come and solve my problem. Somebody from, I don't know, up there will come and solve my problem. But amra kita korte pari. I think we never take that small step that somebody like even you have taken. It is a step, right? So I think other than the other one, what was that you said? Shortcuts, which of course, in general, people here love to take shortcuts and not, like when they are making a furniture, they shop সুন্দর করে বানাইবো, লাস্টে কর্নারে গো ছাড়ি দিব, দেখো এখানে পেন্টিং করছে না, কেনে ছাড়তে তুমি এটা? You don't have a prior, the output that you are giving. Don't you think somebody is going to look at it and see that, he could have finished it, but he will not. Oh, যে কই ঝাড়ু দিয়ে, ও কর্নারও গিয়া দিয়ে ফারলে এমনি করিয়া জমাইয়া রাখি দে। Why? হ্যাঁ, জব শেষ করে না, সবসময় একটা শর্টকাট মেন্টালিটিটা তো আছে, কম্পাউন্ডেড বাই যখন হইল না তে প্লেইং ভিকটিম। মানে আমরা হইছে না কারণ ও গুয়াহাটিয়ে পয়সা দেন না, এখানেও দেন না, সেন্টারে দেন না, সরকারে করেন না, এটা করেন না, প্রবলেমের শেষ নাই। কিন্তু আমরা কিতা করলাম এটার, সো it is true to a large extent that place is in unjust equilibrium, but it is also full of potential.
True.
Lot of potential. Look at the people here, so talented. There is inherent, I would say, because we deal with uncertainty on a daily basis. People of Silchar, people of Northeast deal with uncertainties on a daily basis. Okay, after light jayegi, after flood ai jay, after bhumikomp ai jay, after eta korle eta. How many people have the opportunity to go through these kind of cycles in a given day? Okay, বাইরে আর মানুষরা তো এটা দেখেন পুরো গাবড়াই যাইব, বাট it teaches us to be resilient. When we are put in a real life situation, we excel, because these are part of our life, man.
Habituated already.
Okay, and the human capital as such is extremely talented. Okay, I would say it's a failure of people like me, okay, who from where, maybe could have done more, can still do more, but are not doing. Maybe I don't know why. Okay, we have to solve this problem. এখানের মানুষই সলভ করতে হবে, বাইরে থেকে আইয়া কেউ সলভ করতে না। সো এই ভিকটিম মেন্টালিটি আর I think this I really feel we have to get out of it. Khali blaming government, blaming this one, irrespective of who is the government, man. Okay, we can wife for Shaise Guwahati দিছে না, এটা স্ট্যান্ডার্ড শুনি আমরা। Okay, there may be truth to it, I don't know, but এটা তো সলভ ভাই। বাট তোমরা কিতা করছো, আমরা কিতা করছি? So this, I feel, it's the most uncomfortable truth. Yes, the circumstances have a role to play, but every situation, every other place in the world also has their own realities. They will have a different kind of unjust equilibrium, maybe not to the same degree, so maybe to a different degree. But I would say, let's look at even Kerala's মাঝেও মাইগ্রেশন আছে না, বহুত মাইগ্রেশন আছে। কেরালার হালাত আর আমরা হালাতের মধ্যে ডিফারেন্স আছে না? এখানে, কারণ বাইরের তারার যে ডায়াসপোরা, তারার যে কানেক্ট, দেয়ার সেন্স অফ বিলঙ্গিংনেস উইথ কেরালা, আমরা এখানে নাই। লুক এট আন্ধ্রা, মানে সব মানুষ তো বাইরে ইউএসও যার, কিন্তু তারা all Telugu population, they are building one organization after other in Hyderabad, no? Similarly in Kerala, people are doing, they're going out, but they are not severing their ties with the roots. They may be physically away, but they are emotionally or not that away. They keep giving back. So I think the answer, and there is problem, but answer lies in people like us, those who have been little bit more fortunate. They have to do something. So I really appreciate what you are doing, or even what you said, Rishiraj. All of you are doing, right? What Kuku Buku is doing, what you are doing, what Rishiraj is doing, commendable, no? I'm sure there are so many I have not named, they are also doing, but in a little small way. If we are able to do just a little bit, I think then we will be able to come out of this mentality. And I think only then even government will ride over these people because maybe government also does not have answers. Maybe government wants to do, I don't know, maybe, but they are not finding a way. Maybe people like, fortunate people who do only this much, through them government will find a way. So that is my, because I don't like to talk about only problems.
Do you feel there is a major skill gap in the youths of our valley?
Skill gap. I think the facilities may not be that great, but today internet, there is democracy in learning because of internet. And I don't know, so as soon as I entered here, what did I ask you? Who taught you all this? Did anybody teach you? Nobody did, right?
True.
So, but the quality of your podcast, the quality of your output is nowhere inferior to, it may lack a certain kind of equipment, but the finish, you are trying to give the finish of, let's say, any global podcast. Similarly, in other fields also, I don't think there is a skill gap. I think it's a mindset which is of taking a shortcut. There is skill available, but we want to, if we can fill the glass, nicely, and make it very clean and give it to people, we don't want to do that. It's too lazy. We feel, I think it's all in mindset. There is gap in skill exists, but this is not a big deal.
How to correct that? If there's a gap, if there is things like laziness or taking shortcuts, how to correct that? How, if someone watching this and doing this, taking notes, what would be your suggestions?
Start from, I will just say, I mean, I also keep having conversation with my daughter. Whenever my daughter is studying something, I try to ask her, what is she studying? What is the meaning of that study? Can you try to explain me in your own words? For example, if she's learning something about theory of knowledge, I mean, I try to have conversation with her to understand what is theory of knowledge, and what is her, without looking at the books, what is her inference of that subject, whether it is psychology, sociology, whatever. I think parents or teachers or all of us have a role to play in asking the youth to look at basics. By তুই একটাই কাজ কর, কিন্তু খুব সুন্দর করিয়া কর. We can ask that, right? Or if he is not doing, without getting angry, we can help him correct that. Even if somebody is sweeping our floor, or driving our car, or whatever, we can coach them. We can coach by 1 to 2, 2 to 5, 3 to 100. I think this is a mindset. I don't have a clear answer, but I'm saying once I have made that mindset, I could derive a lot of benefit. So I think people should have this conversation with their children also. And if there are young people watching, they should also try to do first do one thing and do it very properly. Like I said initially, if they are learning only saregama, take 5 years to learn saregama, but sure perfect laga dorkar. Only then তোমার বাকি যেটা গান গাইবা এটা গাইবা তখন that it will matter. বাইরে and even in IITs, that is what they try to do. You think in মানে আমি যখন বাকি IITians এর লগে মাতি আমার টিমও বলতে আছে যে ইকানো কিতা শিখায় আর ইকানো কিতা শিখায়, তো IIT যাওয়ার পরে তারা খালি এটার অ্যাপ্লিকেশন দেখে, তারা তোমার they expect that your base is rock solid and then you can build upon that. So ইকানো মানে whereas all other institutions again তারা একটা পড়ার পরে আরো ফার্স্ট সাবজেক্ট দিলায়, এটার কোনো মানে নাই ভাই। মানে খালি একটা জিনিস শিখো, খুব বালা করে শিখো, একটা ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ শিখো, খুব বালা করে শিখো, যাতে মানে তখন তুমি দেখবা অটোমেটিক্যালি অন্য ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ খুব বালা করে হওয়া শুরু করবে। তুমি যদি হিন্দি সুন্দর করে কইতে পারো, খুব সুন্দর করিয়া, there is no reason once you start learning English you will not speak proper English. আমরা কি হয়, আমরা খালি সব তা খিচুড়ি বানাইলে, একটা করিলাই, এটাও করিলাই, এটাও করিলাই, এটাও করিলাই। So I think that this is a very small thing we can change, no? At least in our children or the children around us, we can have that culture that by let's try to ensure that children are really learning the what do you call the crux and the really the basics. What is the essence? And unfortunately some parents may not be able to guide like that, but those of us who understand what I'm trying to say, they can propagate it. Even teachers, parents have a big role to play. I think we have to shelve this culture of taking shortcut, and only then this is what is demanded in the world. Okay, even in Europe, তুমি ভাই একটা ফ্রান্সও যে ডিনার টেবিল লাগায়, হ্যাঁ একটা ক্রিজ থাকে না, হ্যাঁ একদম সাদা লাগায়, খে দেখবে বাংলাদেশি বেটা এখান থেকে গিয়ে এখানে টেবিল সেট করে দিচ্ছে, হে কেমন শিখলো? আর তারা এরকম খুঁজে যে তারা মানে বেসিক্স খুব পালা করে জানে, বেশি জিনিস লাগে না, তারা খালি ওটাই লাগে যে মানুষটায় নিজের কাজের প্রতি সিনসিয়ার, যে কাজই ধরছে এটা সিনসিয়ারলি শেষ করতো, আর এটা উইদাউট টেকিং এনি শর্টকাট পালা করিয়া বুঝিয়া ওই সাবজেক্ট থেকে বার হইতো। এটা খালি করে নিলে তো there is no limit to what you can achieve. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. It is not at all a skill. এটা কোনো কলেজে শিখাইতো না, কোনো কিছু শিখাইতো না, ইটস জাস্ট ইনসাইড আমার মাথার মাঝে যে আমরা শেষ করার না, এটা এখানে করতাম, এমনিও করতাম।
Interesting. Thank you. Dada, I think like your profile, you are the managing director of a massive company from France, and you move around with people who are of the executive level. You have also met multi-millionaires and also maybe probably billionaires as well. What makes them different? What goes in their mind? How do they take decisions that sets them apart from the rest? There might be something in you also, obviously. How is the decision making pattern? Or like, is there any concise rule, like any step? What makes them different from the rest?
In that, I would say the sense of ownership. And it is it's surprising, it's not surprising that ownership comes from owners themselves. Where I just few months back I was with the Nigeria's richest man, Aliko Dangote, who owns all the refineries, etc. So many people like that. So even in all the senior people in Reliance, I had the opportunity to even go to Dhirubhai's office. Just of course he's no more, but in his office just last year, to do negotiation with Ambani family.
Okay.
But everywhere I felt that what makes a man great is, whenever he's making a decision, he's making with so much ownership.
Okay.
Means he is not looking for an excuse to blame it on other people. You can very clearly see two kinds of leaders. When you make great leaders who are owners and this one, they will take decision where they will say, they will put themselves, their neck on the anvil, and they will say that if something wrong happens, it's on me. They'll make it very clear. So they are not afraid that they will be blamed later. Okay?
Not afraid of the consequences.
That clarity, once they take that thinking that, oh my God, if this does not work, I will be blamed. I have not seen this mentality in any of these great people. I think, maybe when I go back home, I'll try to think more about what are the other, characteristics. But this ownership clearly stands out for me.
Okay.
There is a degree from top to bottom. A good leader, you will see that he's taking clear ownership, and they make their decisions also fast. They don't wait for the perfect moment to arrive before making that decision, because when everything is falling in place, even a gadha can make a decision.
Sure.
The job of a leader comes when things are not even 10% certain, and then you have to make a decision. Okay, so they don't wait, because others, what they do, they wait for 80% chance ho gaya, then I will decide. By the time game is over, then you are not needed there. Whereas the great people, they, even when it's all hazy, nothing can be seen, they take it upon themselves, they take the decision and also drive the people to this one. This is one clear thing, and it comes from great sense of ownership. And also they not only make decision, they follow the decision till the time the activity is actually done.
Okay.
They follow up. They make things happen. Okay. They are not, people misunderstand that senior leadership is about only taking decisions where there are people to make things happen. More often than not, does not happen that way. Great people, I have seen, they are like dogs. They will, hold on to that decision. If they have decided something, they will not leave it till the time they have seen the complete execution to it, whether success or failure. They would like to go through that journey completely. They don't dissociate themselves from this one. And also, all of them actually deal with very, very basic human emotions. All the great, very, very rich people also. What they talk about are not great things. They are talking about mainly, dollar per barrel, atta chawal dal, kitna rupiya. Okay, they talk about very simple things, and because they have been able to simplify their business. And why do they simplify? Because with this simplification, they can make the decision quickly. Okay. And they don't wait for जब सिग्नल I don't know, somewhere I read, जब सारा सिग्नल ग्रीन होगा तभी मैं गाड़ी निकालूंगा. तो फिर मैं कब गाड़ी निकालेगा, तो क्या फायदा. So this is one or two that I can remember immediately. Okay. If I can find more, I will message you or call you.
Surely.
But this comes across very, very distinctly.
A very basic question. You have just mentioned that you met the Ambani families and you did some deal.
Not Ambani family
But
as such,
like,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like their circle. How's the how are they that side of business people, like how do they, like, not I'm not talking about decision making, mane, how do they see things? Like, obviously they're doing a lot of big things through Geo, through their other business sites. I just want to know, because they dominate the business space of India, and this people at the executive level, that might not be the Ambanis, but the
No,
people,
even
and
Ambanis themselves,
even
Ambanis and Meswanis, Boiner Sele or
Boynet
Bakri
Saleh,
Sele.
and
Yeah.
how do they envision what they're supposed to do, their vision, their work, মানে কিরকম এগুলো কাজ করি কিরকম লাগে, like how
As an organization, আমরা তো তার ওই অর্গানাইজেশন
হ্যাঁ
লোকে কাজ করি।
হুম
I think,
they're the biggest, isn't it? So
yeah, I mean, again, you'll be surprised. Again, they have passed on that ownership to their next level and next level to next level, next level to. It's amazing. Not all, but you will see, who is calling the shots within from top to bottom. You will see that the sense of ownership, the love for even 1 rupee, athana, okay? And it does not mean that they are misers, okay? They're not misers, okay? They just want to know whether it is really worth. When it is really worth, they splurge, okay? So I think kudos to them. They have also been able to create the next level of leadership also, and the next level has been able to create the next level and next level. I think that is what differentiates, I think, organizations like Reliance or even L&T, for example. There is when you meet such people, you will instantly be able to connect. You will be able to see the DNA of that organization in that person. Okay. An average person from L&T when you meet, or average persons from, even it's true with Axens also, an average persons of Axens, average persons of Reliance, they're all able to build a culture, an organizational culture, and which is not only from a very bookish perspective, but it's for real. You can feel the culture. You can feel the culture, and the culture of ownership, culture of decision making, the culture of letting the young people talk, letting the people challenge the top challenge this one, sometimes destroying the hierarchy. This amazing level of ownership and love for work, and money had to come to them. Money has to come to these people because they just love their work. I don't think they are fascinated by now another, becoming billionaire, super billionaire, trillionaire. No, they are just in love with their work. They want to maybe create more millionaires within their team, more billionaires within their team. Maybe that is what drives them. But they have, the kind of energy. They don't look at it like work also. It's more like worship that they are doing. It truly differentiates. All the great companies have this
thing. Okay, like you've mentioned about the DNA thing, the culture. Usually what I have felt, মানে যারা যে the leadership যে থাকে, the management, or maybe the founders, or maybe the CEOs or the managing director, usually ওই particular company, the way the company runs, the culture the company has within it, is usually the mindset or the thinking pattern of the person who is running the organization.
Absolutely. He defines the value. The organization values start from the value of the founder. You will not, after a point, the founder will be equal to the organization, the values. Okay. Aranyak value will be like me, whether I like it or not. When I start writing, and what are the values of Aranyak Valley and what are the values of Gaurav Chakraborty,
you're aligning.
You will see, even whether you like it or not, it will align.
Interesting. Great.
It has to. You do for Explore Valley. and you do for yourself, you will see somewhere they will merge.
Somewhere,
So, and that is why if you see the big funds, they don't bet on the company. More often than not, they bet on the founder.
True.
They bet on, it's only the founder, because he will make or break the organization culture. He will make or break the DNA. His integrity.
Got it.
So that's another word, integrity. It's a, I think at all the great people, they have a certain level of integrity about their work. They may, I have not gone to the, the business dealings, etc., for which I will be disappointed if, some of these great people, later people find out that they are compromised with integrity. But I have found that most of these people, they have ownership and they also have great personal integrity and personal ethic. Okay. That is why people look up to, you can't fool everybody every time, no?
True.
If there are so many people working with a person for so many years, that person must be having something. If world is gravitating towards a particular person, there is a level of integrity which attracts people. They have that magnetism in that personality comes also from that level of integrity that they display. So this also I found, a lot in large organizations and their founders.
Very interesting. Okay. There is one concept called crisis management.
Yes.
Which is very crucial because every company or organization, things are not okay all the time. Things are not great all the time. There are moments when it feels like everything is falling down, like everything is going down.
Yes.
Whatever we have built, it's going down. There are moments we feel that certain decisions were totally wrong. How do you personally how do you manage those moments of crisis within your organization? Might be big, might be small, might be in between the departments. How do you deal that? And especially when the organization is so big, how do you manage that even slightest of crisis might hamper the entire organization in the coming time period? How do you manage that part?
Biggest thing, first thing, you have to stay calm.
Okay.
Because if the leader starts showing nervousness, it will just flow down it will become crisis. Crisis is number one, stay calm.
Staying calm.
Okay. Because the decisions made when you are angry, when you are upset, when you are too happy, don't make decisions when you are or a reaction based approach. It may work when you are a child, but when so many lives are at stake, it's not for you alone, right? Whatever you decide is going to affect a lot of people, lot of households, lot of this one. So first of all, take it easy. Okay, take a deep breath. I try to follow. Stay calm.
Okay.
Number two, what I said before is prepare, anticipate before. You use the word
manifestation,
visualization. Okay, and you can prepare. Okay, today, in fact, the large organizations, they in fact try to simulate crisis. The large organization like Ernst & Young or KPMG, they specialize in a function called crisis simulation. So they try to treat the team, but actually when crisis hits, people panic.
True.
And that is something you have to avoid. So don't panic and don't immediately take reaction based decisions. That is something I try to do. I think on a personal level, even শ্বাস ছাড়ো এবং শান্ত থাকো। ওকে, এটা অন্যরাও শান্ত করো যে only then তারা তোমার কাছে কনফিডেন্স পাইব। ওকে, so this is the first thing. And second thing you have to tell is कुछ भी कितना भी बुरा दिन हो, बीत जाएगा,
बीत जाएगा,
बीत जाता है,
बीत जाता
और कहाँ जाएगा यार, और कहाँ जाएगा, कोई जाने वाला नहीं है. ओके, एंड सो शांत रहो, और कितना भी बुरा दिन हो बीत जाएगा. एंड देन वंस यू हैव calm down, depending on what is the crisis, what is the minimum thing you can do, you do, and try to plan few actions. Try to have some kind of playbook. You understand playbook?
Playbook, yeah.
Some kind of playbook that if crisis happens within Explore Valley, these 4 people, look, আমি একটা হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ গ্রুপ বানাইলাম যেটা আমি কোনোদিন ইউজ করতাম না. ওকে, মেবি বছরে একবার আমি হাই লেখমু আর ইয়ে করমু, বাট ইট ইজ এ ক্রাইসিস. যখন ওই গ্রুপও একটা কল আইব বা ওই গ্রুপে মেসেজ আইব, দ্যাট মিনস ইট ইজ আ রিয়েল ক্রাইসিস. ওকে, ক্রাইসিস কুড বি লাইক ইন আওয়ার আমরার ক্রাইসিস কিতা হয়, কোনো আগুন লাগি গেল, সেও উপর থেকে পড়ি গেল, ও ওখান যেটা রয়েছে আমরা ইয়ে ইরানে বম্ব করা শুরু করে দিচ্ছে মিডল ইস্টে আমরা ইয়ের মাঝে. হ্যাঁ, তারা ফ্যামিলিরা ফোন করে আর আমরা মানুষ রিফাইনারির মাঝে আটকে রয়েছে. হ্যাঁ, তো তখন that is where again it comes back to who will stay calm. Guy from Silchar will stay calm. You think a guy, European or Americans are going to stay calm? No. তারা তো কোনোদিন দেখছেই না এরকম সিচুয়েশন. আমি তো আজকেও কথা বললাম যে ইয়ের মাঝে, হ্যাঁ, একটা কেউ যদি বসে একটু জুড়ে 2টা কথা কই দিল, 3 দিন ভাত খায় না বেটায়. হ্যাঁ, কারণ I'm feeling very anxious, and I'm not able to cope up with that. I need therapy. I'm not trying to demean that, but there is something ready-made. These people, our people here have it. Okay, এর পরে যদি বসে গাইলানির পরে যদি বাইরে গিয়া দেখে ভূমিকম্প আইছে, এর পরে দেখে যে না বাইরে দিকে ফ্লাডও আইছে, এর মাঝে লাইট নাই, তবু তোমরা কিতা করবা? Part of life here. So it is not a crisis for you. Crisis is for people who have not gone through the situation. So, but you may have a different kind of crisis. Everybody may have a different. Try to stay calm. Have a simple playbook. Visualize the situation of what are the few basic things you will do. Is that maybe like in my case, I decide that whatever happens with my leadership team, I will meet. Okay, we will get on a call and we will meet at some place. This is only in the case of crisis. This is the first thing we will do. We will assume that everything bad, আমরা ইন্টারনেট উড়ি গেছে, আমরা ইয়েত বাড়িতে আগুন লাগি গেছে, ইয়েত উই গেছে, সার্ভার হ্যাক হয়ে গেছে. I will imagine all kind of situation, and সপ্তাহের মাঝে okay, what is the first thing we could do is maybe a group of leadership people can meet in person separately in one go. Okay, and then decide what to happen rather than reacting. Okay, so these are the very small hacks, small things I can share. This is what I do on a regular basis. So does it reason? Is that what you wanted to listen?
Fine. This is absolutely fine, because in like আমার generally থাকে যে obviously crisis, when I face a crisis I feel it's big, but when the organization is too big, when they face a crisis, how do they take decision? Because it's not a matter of 15-20 people, it's maybe 1,000 people, maybe lives at stake, and there are a lot of things, especially that you've mentioned the war situation. It's such a thing that not many people can actually go and solve this thing. It's a matter of 2 people taking decisions at their respective countries, and people in between that are struggling for no apparent reason.
হ্যাঁ, তো তার বউয়ে ফোন করবো, আরে আমার মানে ইয়ে আমার জামাইরে তুমি ফাটাইছো, হিকানো রিফাইনারির ভিতরে আটকে রয়েছে, কেমনে বার করবে শান্তিতে? ঠিক আছে, এখন ইউএই রাস্তা বন্ধ, ওমান দিয়ে বার করতাম পারবো না, ওমান না হইলে রাস্তা দিয়ে আমরা সৌদি দিয়ে বার করতাম পারবো না, হিকানোর ফোনে. সো তুমি যদি ঠান্ডা মাথায় না পাবো, হ্যাঁ, তুমিও তার লগে প্যানিক হওয়া শুরু হয়ে যাবে.
True.
হ্যাঁ, সো এর লিগে কিছু সিচুয়েশন এটা আগের থেকে অ্যান্টিসিপেট করা একটু বেটার. হ্যাঁ, মানে some kind of playbook that these are the people I will call. Out of that, I think there is another thing that I do is within my team. See, all of us have strength and weaknesses. So this is also growing up. I realized this is not taught in school or this. People have different colors.
True.
Okay, I may be good in maybe my interaction with people. Somebody else may be very good in crisis situation.
True.
Somebody else may be very good in methodically doing things. Some person may be very good, very entrepreneurial. Okay, but nobody is good or nobody is bad. It's just that people have different colors.
Different sides.
Okay,
different
so
colors, yeah.
once you have identified the color within your team or within your friends, within that you can try to spot which of this guy could be, a situational leader for that crisis moment. Because I may be a great guy as an MD, but tomorrow when the crisis comes, I may not be the greatest guy to solve it. What is important for me is to identify a guy who can step up as a situational leader in that situation, and then I have to surrender myself to him and let him run the show, because he is a master of navigating through crisis. So I have to shed my ego and allow him to take over, take charge, and pull us out of this one. So these things you have to anticipate. You in your mind, like you say, if you are writing it down, I think you have a group of people. Out of that, try to identify, okay, who can do what in case of a disaster, if disaster strikes. Okay, these will be my go-to man. This will be my core team, and in that, people from all colors should be there, and not everybody who thinks like you. Then there will be either no panic, and you will not panic, but you will not also do anything. That will also not serve a purpose.
True.
That problem will go away.
Correct.
Okay, it's very important that we gather amongst ourselves and knowing that भाई मुझे सब कुछ नहीं आता है, मैं सब कुछ नहीं कर सकता. This was when you said that I like to learn. I wanted to tell you also that also don't underestimate that everybody has an inherent strength. So always surround yourself with people who are not like you. So that way, it's very easy to navigate through different situations.
True. I think it's very crucial to understand what's your strength and what is your weaknesses.
And also others.
Exactly. So like if I'm building a startup, for example, and I'm not good at developing softwares, then maybe I need someone who can develop softwares.
Yes.
If I'm good at marketing, okay, I'm gonna do the marketing. Someone is good at sales. I'm not good at sales. Let's bring someone who. So basically, you need to fit people who fulfills your weaknesses. I think this way works a lot.
Yeah. I'm going one step below. You are talking about disciplinary things, functional things.
Yeah.
I'm saying emotional. At emotional level, people are very different.
True.
You are right that somebody is good in sales, somebody is good in marketing, and somebody. I'm not saying that. That is a given. I'm saying one level below. Even a sales guy will have different behaviors at different point of time. There is something that gives him energy, sometimes something that does not give him energy. Okay. Similarly, a HR lady, or your admin person, he may have different things which gives him energy or something that takes energy away from him. So at human emotional level, you will have to segregate them. That is what I'm talking about.
Got it.
Yeah, to make it in.
How do you ensure like I'm trying to ask about the hiring thing? Not exactly hiring, but you do need people to run the show, to run the organization. Now, as you have mentioned that you were given this position, you were offered this position to handle your organization's thing, and which is at a global scale. Obviously they saw something in you. It's their decisions and they have taken a decision. When there are matters that are in your hand, you need to build a team, you need to hire the next level of leadership. What do you usually see, like what are top 3 most important parameters that you make sure that these 3 things must be there in the process of hiring someone?
One thing is that I try to, me personally, I try to interview the candidate at the end. Okay. Once they have gone through other rounds, because I would like the judgment to first come through a certain number of layers before it comes to me. Okay. In the end, I'm the decision maker, so I will make the decision. But I like it to come through certain filters before it comes to me, so that the judgment is not mine alone.
True.
Okay. It gives me a perspective. Secondly, first thing I try to see to it that good candidate, bad candidate, I try to see whether he has really lived the life that, how do I explain it? You have to live the life in order to do something. You cannot read and become a great philosopher.
Exactly.
Okay, you have to
Practical
act like
experiences.
you have to act and live
Leave it.
live like a beggar to feel like a beggar.
Beggar. Exactly.
Okay, you have to people who have really gone through hardships. Okay, only they will value, and if they have not been broken during hardships, so that I try to spot, in my own way. Have they really gone through the grill, and have they really lived the life? Okay,
Sure.
Because it's very easy to preach, and in interviews, etc., people like to say, yeah. So I try to do go a little bit deeper, background check, etc., to see whether what kind of backbone that person has, what kind of life he has lived. Okay, because it tells you a great deal, and it does not matter. It does not mean that a person who was bad before cannot be good. Life always gives a second chance. Okay, so there are. I also try to differentiate whether within the characteristic, some cosmetic problem and some structural problem. If it is a cosmetic problem, I let it go. Okay, I try to see whether that he or she is coachable or not. Okay, if it's a cosmetic problem, the person is coachable. Okay, for me. If other things are good, is okay. Then there are some structural problems. Structural, which are very fundamental, like, if there is a doubt in integrity, or he has mentioned something in the CV which he has not done. Okay, he has lied. I don't, these are big no-nos for me. I don't like when things are made up. Yeah, a little bit of touch up is okay.
It's okay.
But if I catch someone even at that level, and they're not honestly admitting, if they don't know, if they say I don't know, I love it.
Yeah.
But when they try to say something even when they don't know, I think it tells me that they will waste their team's time. Okay, so that is something I look for. Coachable, are they coachable or not? Are they free? Do they think they know everything? They have arrived, or they feel that no, they still don't know. Okay, people who still don't know are my favorites. Okay, because they are always inquisitive, they are coachable. They're inquisitive. I already said they are inquisitive, and they have a lot of potential. So these are small things, and it depends from role to role, of course. Whether I'm taking it's a director position or a manager position, it depends on that. But largely it boils down to a life lived. Okay, it doesn't matter to me degree, whether he or she has a degree or not. Even in my leadership team, I don't have people with, sometimes I've taken decisions to hire people without degrees. So but they have lived the life, so I know that they will be able to do much better than some maybe supposed degree holder. And also I also try to see whether they have basics, or they what is their relationship with basics. By asking them very fundamental questions, like how do they view trigonometry, or how do they view differentiation or integration? Because if everybody learns about differentiation, integration, or trigonometry if people have really tried to understand why I am learning that, and then try to learn, they are different people.
True. Purpose behind the learning.
Purpose behind the learning. Have they really understood the context? Why they have learned that subject? So that level of basics, their love for a basic explanation, it also tells me that he or she will be a great asset to the organization. These are
Few things.
some
Okay.
things. Yeah.
Understandable. Thank you. তুমি মেনশন করলা যে you don't look for degrees as well. Like degrees are not a
This may be me personally, but yeah.
even Nikhil Kamath of Zerodha, even he has also mentioned
Who?
Nikhil Kamath.
Kamath. Okay.
Kamath. He has also mentioned that like in today's day and age, doing an MBA is complete waste of time. Do you agree on this thing? Do you think MBAs are actually a deal cracker? Do you think that MBAs help, or without MBAs also people excel in today's time?
See, as much as I like to have my opinion, I'm also very careful in not stating something as gospel's truth. Okay, because nothing is absolute. I told you this is something I believe in. That there cannot be an absolute truth. I cannot say radically that MBA is good or MBA is bad. I will never say that. Okay, but yes, it is true that the pace at which the industry is moving today, the academicians may not have been able to catch up with that pace. Industry was changing before also.
True.
But the pace of the change is so much. It's changing every day that within an organization you can feel it. True. Like ask what is the price of oil dollar per barrel, or steel per kg. Okay, this grade of steel per kg, sona, or even kerosene, or it is changing so frequently. Okay, even the technologies are changing so frequently. So in a live organization, you are on your feet looking for an alternate solution all the time. You look for it actively. What has changed? What differently I can do? But within academics, I think the professors, etc. It will be very difficult for them to catch up with this pace. What they can do is prepare you to face uncertainty. True. At best, that is what they can do. Or give some rock solid basics. Okay. But it's a truth. Me personally, like I own the P&L. It's even in leadership we say whether you hold the P&L responsibility or not, means profit and loss. Whether you own the balance sheet and P&L. So when you look at P&L as an academician versus, I never did MBA. Okay, but now I feel sometimes I feel leadership, or it's also an art. Like you can visualize. I can visualize my P&L 2 years down the line. I can do that. I don't know how it comes to me.
Okay,
but I know this will be my revenue. This will be my, if I make this money, man hours, this will be my underload. This will be my earnings before interest and tax. This will be my PAT. Okay, this will be my cash in bank next year, next quarter, next. It comes to me like a movie, like an art. Very naturally it comes to me. But I have never studied it. I may not know the ABC of a P&L from an MBA standpoint, but I feel I love to own it, because I love playing with these scenarios. Okay, so that makes me believe that working conditions, it's particularly true in today's context. Again, it depends from job to job. I don't know, for a hotel management it may not be true, for example. or it may be true working in a hotel versus doing hotel management degree. Okay, yes, to some extent things are important, because you build your ecosystem, you build your community, because you attend a college, because then you get the paribesh also, right, where you interact and get like-minded people. This is also essential. But if you are looking for ready output, organizations will get more ready output from someone who has worked in an organization grilled than somebody who has done an MBA. Yes, so context of MBA is, I think, going down. And if somebody stupid guy like me can run an organization without doing MBA. In today's time, I don't know what to say. So I don't have perspective also because I have not done MBA.
No,
I may
understandable.
be prejudiced.
Okay.
View may be very prejudiced.
But like my own personal opinion, I believe that instead of doing an MBA or like instead of going in that path, if you end up starting a business on your own and if you can manage it running for at least 1,000 days, or approximately 3 years, I think those 3 years will be an amazing experience that an MBA can never give you. Even top level MBAs can never give you that experience of starting something and doing and probably running it and making it a success. Even if it fails, you get to learn so much. You get to learn about hiring, about finance, about operations, about everything.
Yeah.
I haven't done my MBA, but last 2-3 years of experience of running my organization, I think I'm not telling that I can maybe teach someone MBA, not at all, absolutely not. But probably I can speak with group of people who have done MBA and maybe match their wavelength. Probably
Yes,
I can
for
make
sure you will be able to match that wavelength. No doubt
because
about
that
it.
experience is like it never goes away. It never goes away. It always compounds.
True.
I believe that.
However, there is one catch is that when the organizations become very large, the realities are slightly different. Slightly different.
Exactly.
You know, there are a group of, this kind of experience means one person who is able to do multiple things. He knows a little bit about everything. Whereas as the organizations grow large and larger and larger, they more and more need people who don't necessarily necessarily may not know a little bit about everything, but who know everything about something. So very specialized people.
person. Got it.
Okay, so there I think this may fall a little bit
differs.
short
Yeah,
because they are looking for experts
Experts.
in a certain field. Okay, because that will help them scale up.
True.
So when you are running thousands of people, at that time everybody knowing little bit about something may not work. But if I take you and put you in leadership position, you will succeed. Okay, but you may not be able to join the entry level.
Yeah.
So this is a plus and minus.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you so much, Dada, for doing this. I have
My pleasure.
I have so many questions, to be honest, but we have time boundaries and all. Lastly, I would like to ask you one piece of advice you would give to someone who is watching this and probably want to be like you. One piece of advice.
I think there is no rule, man. I mean, like I said, each I don't like to give preach. I don't like to preach because this is what I have learned, that everybody has a different journey. Okay, you have to observe people who you consider are successful, because in your definition, somebody who I consider successful may not be successful. So if you when you look at some people, some journeys inspire you, you try to understand more about them and draw conclusion yourself. Don't wait for them to preach. You listen to them, but you should not let that affect your judgment only. For example, okay, I mean, if somebody is listening to me, try to understand what are the things that I have done, and try to draw conclusions from your own conclusions from it. Not in a preachy, not in a preachy way, but yeah, try to draw your own conclusions. And there is no rule, man. There is no rule. Everything is possible. You can do it. The world today is such that unfortunately nobody, we are entering an era where there are lesser and lesser rules. Okay. There were times when MBAs would become MD, or they would follow a certain path. I mean, if I look at myself, coming from where and what, I mean, It's not that I did not imagine, but
Yeah,
I did imagine, but it does happen. I did not follow any rule.
yeah.
Okay, so there are no set rules. So whatever people are saying, whatever I am saying, take it with some discretion. Okay, try to follow the journey. Why this guy is saying he did this? Oh, what did he do after that? What did he do after that? So I think the life that we have lived is the only message worth taking. Okay, not what we say. If we have done something, please draw a conclusion from that. From great people, what he has done, not what he has said. There is no link between Kathani and Karni. So what you are saying and what you are doing have to be in harmony. So and how does an average student find that out, man? That whether this person, whatever he's saying and what he's doing, there is a correlation between that. So please focus on what that person has done. Or what he's doing, rather than what he's saying.
I think amazing line, draw conclusion from what he has done, not what he has said. I think it's amazing. Sums up the evening. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for doing
Thank
this.
you, bye. Thanks to you and your team for having me. I did not do podcast before. This is my first experience, and
I hope you enjoyed. I hope you.
Of course, man. Of
Sure.
course. You've spent a lot of time researching the questions, and your team has done a lot. And you spent a lot of time. I can only be thankful, and I hope that whatever I have shared helps. You have called me with some purpose, and I hope it serves
Serves the purpose.
your purpose.
True.
Okay. So thank you again, man. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.